Check out my brand new book, Micro Shelters, out now, Amazon.com and elsewhere. We have a workshop coming up in Massachusetts in Feb. RelaxShacks.com for details for this hands-on event. And check out our video from Mike Bedsole and TinyHouseChattanooga.com.
We didn't just flood Facebook, okay? The Tiny House Australia thing, absolutely flooded.
Hey, I'm Deek from RelaxShacks.com in Sydney, Australia for a workshop, or that'd be Australia, for a workshop we just completed here with about 25 people. Special thanks to Kat Karena and many others for helping us. Rob Scott from Studio Trucks as well. But this is the structure we were building with a group mainly composed of a bunch of novices who wanted to get their hands wet, swing some tools, some hammers, some saws. On the camera, my brother Dustin, and we're going to give you the quick tour of what?
Good day.
Good day. Going to give you the quick tour of what we worked on. It's a simple structure, and the measurements, I apologize, I'll be giving you our imperial measurements. It's roughly 7 feet by about 10 feet deep, mainly made out of recycled materials. We got from this place called The Bower outside Sydney, and from another place called Metro Salvage, I want to say. And I could probably insert a photo at some point because the place was fantastic. About 7 by 10, the total height, meeting the road regulations here, while not really designed for the road, is approximately, I think it was 12 feet, 12 and change. And what we mainly did is we took all the scraps in the end run that we had, and I can bring it towards the cabin, a little closer. We took the scraps we had in the end run, instead of dumpstering them and having to haul them off. We didn't like the initial look of this giant wedge of cheese-like cabin, because up here in these gable areas, it was just all yellow as well and looked kind of boring. So we took the scraps and kind of came up with this multi-hued look, the calico effect, I like to call it. Recycled door here as well, one with a lot of character, instead of buying one hot off the shelves at Bunnings. And the windows. I have these screwed shut because it's getting ready for transport a little bit, but these windows here are just sashes. We did another demo you can see on YouTube of how we cut and created these. They actually swing open, so they are functional. You can take windows you find on the side of the road, at a salvage yard, or restore and make them functional. Yet again, the siding for now is merely plywood. It's, stage 1 sheathing of this. We painted it to protect it for a while. Should the group that finishes this not get to putting shingles or tongue and groove siding on it for some time. Up here, this is kind of, I call it, I'll be honest, the boring end, because we still maybe want to put a window in here down the road. But up here in the loft, yet another window for some ventilation. One of the things I see people doing all the time is they'll build a tiny house or cabin, put a sleep loft in it, and put no means of ventilation whatsoever, no window in it, which could be very detrimental to one's health. Moving inside the cabin, as you can probably see from the outside, aside from the generous overhang, inside we have this cool Tough-Tex polycarbonate wall. The reason I do this in a lot of cabins is it gives it this funky, almost mid-century modern feel. The purlins that hold up this roofing, in this case used for wall cladding, they are the actual attachment point for the material as well. The stuff's super durable, just very easy to install and affordable. And when this thing lights up at night, all the light inside radiates through those glass bottles and kind of looks like a light box. Very cool. Some of the furniture you see in here, just roughly staged for now. That was all stuff that happened to be here at the 107 Collective. And let's move inside. I'll show you a couple other things we did with salvage material. This door was part of a Luan graffiti piece that was laying around, deemed scrap. We were given a pile of stuff we could use. There is a little storage, or it could be a bathroom area in here, not outfitted yet, but it's roughly 2.5 feet by maybe 4.5 feet deep. A little table that folds down. We took some desk shelves or dresser drawer shelves, not much light in here right now, but hung those up as well. It's kind of storage as decor. Some scrap wood. I made this bizarre graffiti piece, mostly just to add some color into the room. And as you ascend up to the loft, Mr. Dustin Diedricksen with the crane arms, you can see that while this cabin might only be 12.5 feet tall with a single pitch shed roof, I'll go up there, fairly spacious. Actually, check out the ladder too. This is something one of the subgroups, Rob Scott from Studio Trucks from Melbourne, he worked on this with a bunch of people. And up here, Not bad at all. Just about enough sleep room. Like, you know, if I were to lay here, you could. It's not super wide, but sneak in 2 people. And again, the ventilation here. If you were to sit on this side with a couple pillows behind you, you know, glass of iced tea or, you know, Vegemite sandwich right here. Nice view. You got some air coming through here as well. So it was strategically placed here instead of in the center, just so it wouldn't look so boring and predictable. The center post here could be an attachment point for a railing down the road. The MDF cladding, something I normally wouldn't use, but this was a project where the materials dictated the build. We only had this giant pile of scraps. Some of the wood great, some of it terrible. A lot of it hardwoods I wasn't used to building with. So it was quite a challenge. This is a giant, this window here is actually a giant tempered glass tabletop that we created stops for just to bring in a lot of light here. This is the one window that does not open. The other windows do. A little curtain to divide that back room. Should you want to segment the house and, you know, have a tea party in the front, dinner party in the back, business in the front, party in the back. Now let's see what else. The ladder here, I move this ottoman. If you want more room, there's some little plugs here that hold it in place. You can see it's notched too. This ladder also stores right in here. And if you get a bunch, you have to do so to get it out of the way, giving you a couple more square feet of room. Pretty simple build overall, but you know, we had a lot of fun with it. This wasn't planned, this little segmented room right here. Again, a case where we had a bunch of scraps that were, you know, lengths where I would save them, but we didn't quite know what to do with them. So we took these and made this fun, almost, you know, to me it has this Australian vibe, this fun calico effect wall right here, and mixed them with some graffiti work. So that little bathroom and closet room wasn't even planned initially. Just something we kind of went off on a tangent with. And tour-wise, that's really about it. Again, 7 by I can't talk, it's very early. 7 by 10 feet roughly. And material-wise, it was, by Australian standards, very, very, very cheap to build. I want to say about $1,500, somewhere in that ballpark. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But that about wraps it up. Again, thanks for checking out the cabin. We'll have some photos up on my blog. It's relaxshacks.com. And Dean from tinyminimalist.com. He has a whole running, you know, a chronicle of all the events and photos, things like that, that he posted during this workshop. So go check out Dean's work. Get him, Deek. Thanks for watching. Get off my lawn. Boy, stick the dingoes on you.